All right, perfect. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's running of the Taz Racing Customs 155. Joined alongside my friend Will here, his first time doing iRacing. Will, welcome to the broadcast.
Awesome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Taz Racing Customs.
Talladega for my first race. This is gonna be a good one.
For some reason, I hear myself again. I don't know what happened.
I think we're all good to go now.
Oh, okay. So tonight, right now, we've got Joshua Sobel on the top of the leaderboard in that number 56 Harpoon Designs Chevrolet. And he's going to be one to watch here tonight. He's not won yet. He's been very close every week, and late race incidents have taken him out of the running. Last week, I believe he went in to get his car fixed, and it did not repair his car. So he actually ended up not finishing the race, and I know it was very unfortunate, and he's just had a string of bad luck every week.
That's rough. That's the worst. When you just can't get across the finish line, when you just can't finish the way you want to. I mean, there's no worse way of finishing the race that way.
It really is, and it gets frustrating week in and week out, and I believe this is week 8 of this series of 12 weeks. And right now he's sitting with a 53.64 in qualifying. Christopher Darling in second with a 53.65. Tied with Garrett Gleason, also got a 53.65. Colin Ullery in fourth got a 53.66. Michael Mooney, 53.67 in fifth. Come down to Bob. Whoa, Bob just jumped to second place on the leaderboard at 53.64. Ties himself with the leader on his second lap. Isaac Singleton on the track now, making his second lap. First lap was a 54.38.
Actually, first in practice coming into this qualifying session here, so we'll see if he can duplicate the success he had in practice in this qualifying session.
Yeah, I know. During practice, I was watching him. He was actually leading the pack, so that might be what had him at the top of the leaderboard. But up to third place, actually ties.
Hey, there we go. What a jump. There we go.
Ties for first, nice. So they got a three-way tie for first place right now. That's pretty funny.
Perfect.
Looks like...
Hey, it's going to be a tight race. If that shows you anything, it's going to be an exciting race.
It really is.
Talladega always brings out the fireworks, that's for sure.
And it looks like we got a total of 23 drivers here tonight. Half the field did not qualify. That's typical. Usually a lot of the guys want to start in the back, wait it out for the big one, as everybody expects it. Because you don't want to use your one fast repair too early in the race. And I know that happens to quite a few guys. And then, it's like, what am I going to do? But looks like here tonight.
And you're actually.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to actually refer to that as you were telling me about that. They actually get one reset for tonight. So that's actually going to be. It's going to be strategy. It's going to be trying to figure out, just like pit stops, trying to figure out when to use that reset, when to hold on to it, maybe to save it towards the end of the race, middle of the race. It all depends. We'll see what happens.
And we've also seen some guys, they will try to wait till the last minute to use it, and then a caution doesn't come out. So they get screwed and end up finishing near the back because their car is not 100%, unfortunately. But, we got Bill Kerwin in the chat. He's usually up here in the booth. He says go 07 and 22. So he's pulling for Gleason here in that number 7 and his son in that number 22. Let's see if I can't pull him up.
Hopefully I do a good job, Bill. Thank you for having me in here tonight. Hopefully I do a good job filling in for you.
Will, I replaced you with another Will. That's what.
There we go. It's easy.
Made it easy for me because then I don't mess up anybody's name. That's
Right.
Now we do a quick check-in of our live webcams here tonight. We got Steven Doziak over there on the very left. Who won tonight. What's that music? Is music playing? Oh my gosh, there is music. I didn't mean for that to be playing. Yeah, that's I updated the background graphics and it added its own music in there, so I apologize for that. I got rid of it. I don't want it. Somebody in the chat said they thought they were taking a stroke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Not yet. Maybe towards the end of this race, maybe we'll have something going on with the heart rates and everything.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet.
That would be pretty funny to see if these guys' heart rates, because sometimes, I mean, I know when I play, sometimes, I mean, I feel like I'm going to be singing Eminem's song here in a second, but my palms are sweaty. And, like, you'll be sitting there driving, and you just start sweating because it's so intense.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
So that'd be interesting to see if anybody had an Apple Watch on to know their heart rate.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And what you were saying, Tim, right before the race is that everybody's racing for that custom die-cast cars. All that on the line. I mean, I can see where it can get a little intense. That's for sure.
And that's, I just think that's so cool. Like, you could have the car you're racing here tonight thrown on a custom car, like a die-cast. It's something you would typically buy in the store. So that's just, that's amazing.
Pace car's pulling off.
Coming down to the green
the
flag,
ultimate
58
trophy.
laps here tonight. Man, it's going to be a wild one.
I'm excited. Thank you very much. I mean, my first race, you picked the best track.
I figured you might like that. Waiting for the green flag. Green flag is in the air. Fred is waving the flag here tonight at Talladega.
Yeah.
Sobel gets a great start. See, I'm wondering if they're going to take it easy or kind of be aggressive. It depends. Every week it's kind of different. But so far that bottom line is prevailing. The 88 car of Mooney is disappearing, coming back on track. It looks like he's trying to get out of the way. You don't want to be that one guy flashing and cause a wreck. About the fourth car back on that bottom line right there. Coming around that top side has prevailed. Bob Jinquin. I'm going to butcher this last name. Usually William knocks this one out of the park for me. But Bob Jinquinto. Sorry if I killed that, Bob. Drops down to that low line. Chris Darling now to the lead in that outside lane with Colin Ulrey pushing him in that number 62 Monster Energy Ford Mustang. 21 car trying to get out of the way. A lot of these guys are just taking it easy. If we go back in the field, that's Jeffrey Vickery in that 21 going a lap down. Ben Mashburn back here halfway down the backstretch with Stephen Ford and Shane Tierney. This is typical what we see out of these guys, so they're just taking it easy, waiting for that first caution.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to comment. That first lap was a very smooth lap coming into the second lap here. I watched a lot of the guys take that bottom line in practice, so we'll see. I've seen a lot of that high line start the race off here, so we'll see if that's going to pay off towards the end of the race or if guys are going to start sliding to the bottom a little bit more. And see, I'm seeing a little bit of tandem racing here on the top, so we'll see if they start pairing up on the bottom, pushing that bottom line a little bit more.
Let's see, who's that 41? Is that Corey Danielson in the 51? I'm trying to see. It actually looks like on the screen, looks like he's driving the 41. Let me get a better look. Which car is the camera following? So, okay, so he is the number 41, but my ticker says the wrong thing. So that number 41 is Corey Danielson. He is a new name we have not heard until tonight. He is coming out strong, and leading that bottom lane just in front of Martin Plute, who was won earlier this year.
In the yellow Monster Energy car. I love that bright yellow Monster Energy car. Look at that. Yeah, I really think that bottom line is going to be the way to go in this race. It really looked like there was a way that everybody was running in practice. I really feel like if they can pair up on the bottom there, they can really push that bottom line.
And quite a few of the guys look like they're trying to get that way outside lane to work, and then they drop back down into that second groove. And Darling now getting a big push from Colin here, coming back. And you see that 51, the actual 51 car up there, or 57, I'm sorry, of Matthew Rodriguez, taking it 3 wide with Garrett Gleason behind him, pushing him in that bright green Chevrolet. I was trying to figure out a sponsor, but it's an Arrow. Moving forward, I guess.
He's going to the lead. That's his sponsor. That's it. One way full.
And that outside lane has a lot of cars. But now you see these guys are really starting to work the very outside lane. The 55 jumps up around the outside of the 57. And he comes right back down.
A couple cars getting left behind there. They're getting caught in the middle. They're getting caught on the outside by themselves. And you just don't want to do that on a big track like this. You kind of want to stick to your tandems. Want to stick to that group. I kind of feel it out from the beginning of the race here. You just don't want to push anything too hard. Just keep it together. Find your partners. Kind of work together. Keep it up front. Don't get stuck by yourself. That's for sure.
Yeah, right now, Colin Ulrich kind of got dumped a little bit there by Taylor in that number 97.
We got a little movement going outside.
Wow,
there.
what a save.
Piled out. Ooh, that's the worst spot to be, though. See if he can work his way back up there in that bright yellow Monster Energy car.
And up front, Taylor goes to the lead in that inside lane. Darling all by himself. He has no help in that middle lane. Ulrich's going to go to the outside with the 57 of Rodriguez.
No help at all in that middle lane.
Wow.
Lost in the shuffle there, unfortunately.
95 drops down. Now the 57.
A little bit of help forming up behind him.
Yeah. Now the 7 gets left out to the outside lane after he helped everybody get where they needed to go. And that's the name of the game. That's going to happen a lot here tonight. Oh, I wasn't. Turn him up a little. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention to chat. There we go. There we go. I think I accidentally had you.
Throwback.
There we go. See if we're going to ride on board with Singleton right now. Got a little bug splatter on the windshield. He was the fastest in practice. And you can hear he's not even full throttle. He kind of, as he gets closer to these guys, lets off a little bit. Just coasts through. And that 57 is going to go to the way of the outside. But Singleton's going to go to the inside and help Colin now. But is it going to be enough with Darling to the outside as well as Rodriguez and the 88 of Mooney?
He's getting right back in the middle lane. There we go. We need help though. Push that line in the middle. He's gotta get some help.
Yeah, I think these guys right now are trying to feel out everything that's going on in the car.
Like where the best line is.
Yeah, and who's the best leader, the best pusher? And I'm going to tell you right now, once Ben Mashburn gets up here, I mean, I'm going to call him the pushing king, because if you're in front of him, you're going to the front. But
just don't crash anybody on the last lap. We saw what happened to Martin.
Yeah. And this is unusual for Doziak in that 55. Typically, Doziak will hang around the back and wait for the end, but tonight he's like, you know what? I'm going to sit up here and race it out and see where I can finish.
You're kind of seeing that. You're kind of seeing guys just kind of work out their lanes, kind of work out their spots, kind of see where the best
4
spot's gonna
wide.
be.
Oh, and they touch. Causes a big one up front. I'm not sure what happened there. Singleton looked like he may have come down into Colin Ulrey.
I might be seeing it a little bit late. Oh, no. Oh, see that 95 car, though. We were really hoping for a good run out of him.
Oh, yeah, I think my thing...
As we talk... Under caution. But as we talked about, though, these boys do get that one reset, so you can decide to whether or not to use it now or kind of run a few more laps, and all about that strategy.
We're going to go ahead and try to queue up that replay. Let's see where it all began. It was really odd because it seemed like Singleton. We're gonna watch this one coming out of turn 4 because as you can see here, I'm gonna slow it down. Singleton comes down right there, and then he's like, "No, I'm gonna go back to that top lane," but he's already made that commitment, and he's coming down right here, and I don't think he realizes that Ulrey is that close to him. And they both kind of... Oh, it looks like Colin actually came up a little bit. Because Singleton never really moved his line. And then they just get stuck together right here. Comes down to the 57, the 97. 57 looks like he was able to keep it off of everybody else. Yeah, that wreck could have been worse.
Between the 97 and 57 there, yeah. Yeah, just fighting for position there. But as I talked about, you get left out by yourself there. It's hard to keep that line. You're trying to work it back from the outside, trying to work it back underneath, and just trying to work that car back to a tandem. It's just hard to know exactly where those boys are. Once you make contact, it's on speedways like this, they keep it together.
All right, looks like everybody's going to come down pit road. Oh, the 88 went past his pit box. Oh, and the 62 did use his fast repair. Saw the car get fixed right away.
There we go. I was just about to ask. Perfect.
57 coming in. Let's see if he uses his. He did use his.
He did. Mm-hmm.
And let's see, who else did we have in that wreck? The 57. Oh, 97 of Mike Tellier. He is not using his because he is sitting on pit road right now. He's been on there for about 57 seconds. So he is going to try to repair as much damage as he can in that Toyota Supra and save that. I'm going to call it the money in the bank because if you got one of those for as your friend, you're good to go.
That's the way to go. Oh, yeah.
So right now, Garrett Gleason is your leader in that, I'm just going to say, unsponsored number 7. That's
Hey, that's the best way to go. Why not? Hey, if he comes out a winner in this race, you throw the Bobcat on the hood. There you go. If you ain't first, you're last.
No better place to race that car than here.
That's it.
Lap 12 of 58. Let's see.
Even though a little bit of contact up there, you still see Darling in the 4th position. So we'll see if he can keep going up there.
I'm seeing. Let's see. Oh, here we go. We'll bring in Shane Tierney. Hey, Shane, how you doing, buddy? It's Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do. What's up?
Hey, man. So early caution, 10 laps in. I saw you guys drop back there early on. I take it you're just kind of taking the cautious route tonight.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple weeks, so definitely trying the cautious route this weekend just to see how that works for us. But now people dove into the pits there, so now it looks like I'm in the top 10. It looks like so.
Yeah, you were back there working with Ford and Mashburn, and I know Mashburn's had, weeks of wrecks himself after his win, so he's trying to stay out of trouble. So, as long as you got good guys back there, you guys will be just fine.
Yeah, I think so. That's the nice thing is like most of the guys in this league, they're really good pushers and things like that. So with Mashburn and Ford behind me, I felt real safe.
All right, well, good luck the rest of the night, man.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
You too. That was Shane Tierney in that number 19, the middle webcam on your screen with Team Threat Level Midnight. I need to ask him. Now, I'm going to pull him back down here. Shane, I have a quick question.
What's up?
Threat Level Midnight, is that from The Office?
That is 100% correct.
I'm so glad because every time I say it out loud, I'm like, I need to find out if that's from The Office.
Yep, it's the brainchild of Jeffrey Vickery. It's his team, so
that's funny.
Really fun.
One race y'all are gonna have to race office cars, like straight up. Like
I think that's a good idea. Get a Dunder Mifflin car out there, and a Michael Scott Paper Company. That'd be a good time.
Oh my God, that'd be great. All right, man. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
Oh, it's not letting me move. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. That was Shane Tierney in that number 19. That would be hilarious. I think one race they should just have it to where they do like everybody like paints their car like their favorite sitcom. Like that'd be hilarious.
Definitely. Have a community car out there. Have an office car. I mean,
oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious. Have all the friends on the hood.
Threat Level Midnight. There we go.
These guys, we are coming to lap 13. These guys are lined up, getting ready to go back green here.
Let's get back racing here.
Joshua Sobel, that outside lane coming back up front. Doziak's up there. Pluth is going to bring them to the green flag. Darling on the inside, Albury on the inside, and Moyer down there in that 971, last week's winner.
Let's see what line Pluth decides to run here. There we go. The inside line.
And look
They're
who
right
has
up on
poked
the inside line.
their nose up front. Ben Mashburn making his way up to the front. Now you're going to see what he's made of.
Mm-hmm.
He starts
That
slicing.
is one of the names you were telling me about before this race began. Number 24.
I did. He would make Jeff Gordon proud, I'll tell you that.
I was going to say, is there a little bias there because of the number, the 24, or is it just...
You always
be.
just gravitate to that.
There's a little bit, I suppose.
Because look at that. He's just going to the inside by himself, making a lane for himself, and gaining positions. He does this week in and week out, and it's beyond successful.
You get left by yourself. As I saw in the chat, there's a throwback to Robbie Gordon in there with that orange and white car, that singular wireless car. As you can see, he's getting a little shuffled out of the bunch there and getting thrown back into position. But you just gotta stay in those tandem lines and just try to work your way to the front if you can.
And the 57 is driving with a broken leg. What? That's crazy.
Hey, you only need one leg to drive, so
you really do.
The other one up.
These guys are getting much racier this time around than they were the last time. I'll check in with Doug Neal in that number 77 Simbox Chevrolet. Right behind his teammate in that 971. Looks like Stephen Ford has a little damage on the back of his 27 Chevrolet. Let's see if I can't get a better look at that. No, I guess it was just the sun glaring on it or something. Looks pretty good. That 97, though, that was damaged in that first caution. So far, even with that damage, he's doing pretty good. Still with the lead pack. Looks like the 39's got some damage on the front end. And a quick check in with Jeffrey Vickery. Says he's been in the pits for 16 minutes. Not sure what happened there. Yes, he may have called it a night. Not sure.
A bit of a restaurant break, I suppose.
Yeah. Like Benny Parsons would always say on it's like NASCAR '98, like this track's got the best food. I guess.
Might as well go get a snack. Come back. As we can see, it's just sticking to the nice clean lines. Kind of not forcing anything right now. Just kind of sticking to the pack. Keeping it clean, I suppose. Trying to stay out of those unnecessary bumps and roads that you don't want to have.
Which is easier said than done. That's for sure.
Exactly.
I see Darling on that front stretch. He went to go around the leader. He had help, and then everyone dove way to the outside. So now he's getting shuffled back.
Everybody's trying that outside line. I just think that inside line is just the fastest way to go right now. And if you can keep that bottom line going, as we can see that with that number 4 Monster Energy car kind of leading the pack here for a few laps, and bottom line just seeming to be the way to go.
Looks like Shane Ledoux has some, or Shane Ledoux. Looks like, yeah, he looks like he got rear-ended in that number 12. His car's sitting a little off. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's some massive damage to the back of that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Another one of those or no, that's a Midnight Motorsports. I thought it was another threat level Midnight.
Motorsports. Midnight themed cars.
Three wide up here for the lead. Colin Ulrey is your leader at the moment.
Is your 24 car in the middle pack?
He is.
Is that where he's running up there to the front?
And he looks like he's debating jumping to the outside lane, but not anymore because now that outside lane is deteriorated to just one vehicle. So they pitted at about lap 12 to, I want to say around lap 12. They can go about 26 laps on a tank of gas.
We did have that early pit stop though, so we'll be.
Yeah, so they would have to
Curious
pit
to see if anybody takes
somewhere
that there, if
around
anybody has damage.
40, maybe like 40-ish, like 37.
Good 20 lap race to the finish. There we go.
Depends on where you've been sitting and, your fuel strategy and everything of that nature. Oh, Dozier gets a little loose there.
Seeing a little impatience getting on me, a little like moving and grooving, a little kind of seeing how it feels for a minute and jumping back in line.
And Shane Warden at number 39 has jumped up to 7th place. He's in that outside lane just behind Darling. He typically is pretty quiet until the end of the race.
Oh, and wouldn't you know it, call the Rainbow Warrior because we got the number 24 car in the lead.
And statistically speaking, he is the biggest mover of the race right now, up 18 positions since the drop of the green flag. Next would be Martin Plute in second and Steven Doziak in third. They both have gained 10 spots since the drop of the green flag.
It could have been because of the early wreck, but we'll see. We haven't really had any cautions so far. So I'm ooh, a little drift out there.
Corey decides to check out and drop back. You'll see guys when they don't feel comfortable in the pack anymore, they just start dropping back because they don't want any part of what's happening. As long as he didn't overheat, actually. Let's make sure. Yeah, he's still good. he just wanted to take a step back and relax. Because when you're running in the pack like this, lap after lap, I mean, the intensity level just keeps rising.
Oof.
And now you see they're going.
We talked about that. We're wearing an Apple Watch to see the heart rates and everything.
Yeah.
So we can only imagine.
Oh, Darling comes up in front of the 57. 57 tags the wall a little bit. I don't think he was ready for that.
Seen a few tandems trying to push that front here, so we're seeing a lot of teaming up going on. We got that number 4 Monster Energy car again right in the middle there, pushing towards the front. So quite the battle going on between Pluth and Mashburn up at the top.
And I just don't think that very outside lane has enough behind them yet. But I mean, I could be wrong because they're starting to make their way back to the front, and now I think Darling coming down the backstretch will carry the most speed.
Ooh, we got a 3-wide race
Yeah.
for the lead coming around the corner.
You would think that it was the last lap. They are bumper to
Keeping
bumper,
it
and look at
clean,
that
too.
Darling straight to the lead. Gonna drop down in front of his teammate in that 24, of course.
There we go. And he's taking that inside line back. He's just going to cruise on that inside line. Now, as you know, he was involved in that
Whoa!
early wreck. But
That was
as you can
close.
see, it doesn't take much to work your way back up there.
Now that very
Quite
outside
the battle
lane
going on for the lead right now.
no longer exists. I think guys now maybe are like, okay, maybe we should calm down a little bit. Yeah.
Right. Don't want to get stuck on Revis Island out there. No thank you.
That's funny, Revis Island. I have not heard that phrase in a very long time. It makes me think of the Madden.
Oh yeah,
Oh, man.
right. And that's you don't want to be there. So think of that way out that line is Revis Island. Don't want to be there.
Ooh, Mashburn gets a little loose in the trioval right there. Pluth is going to lead that lap. And now we're going to go back and look at these guys back here. They decided to back up. You know, that 7 was up front there for a long time, but now he's back here with his teammate Micah Smiley, and I believe George Burns is his teammate as well. So they're just they're taking it easy, and also Michael Mooney's back here.
Just having some fun. Why not? Run a few laps, have a good time.
Yeah,
That's all right.
and you really, 57, something happened to Rodriguez.
All it takes is just to get a little loose, you get filed out, you're going to lose a bunch of positions if you get left out.
And you see the banking here on the gyro cam.
Ooh.
Love that. But he's coming right back up here. He's
I remember when
got a good run.
working it back. It's just hard, you know. You get a little loose, you just get a little out of line, and it's just you just see the cars just start one after the other passing you once you get out there. It's hard to work it back up there, but you just gotta find that tandem and gotta get there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I mean every single one of these races, you know, some of these guys might go into it and look for a new drafting partner and whatnot, but you know, right now, like that top line, the 56 and the 32 are teammates. The bottom line, the 24 and the 11 are teammates. So, you know, they're constantly looking for who they trust the most.
But we're seeing that. We're seeing a lot of trust right now. We're seeing a lot of clean racing, a lot of give and take, a lot of seeing how these lines feel. We only saw one caution so far, about 28 laps into this 58-lap race, so we're doing a pretty good job of keeping it clean and a nice fair race.
So if calculations are correct, they would have to pit in approximately 7 to 10 laps because they need to get some fuel. Tires, I don't think they have a problem with because, Daytona Talladega typically not something you really have to worry about. But gas for sure, I know they will have to make a pit stop.
We'll see. With Talladega, it always comes down to that last couple laps. So we'll see if the boys start getting a little antsy and seeing a little bit more cautions here towards the end. Now, as you can see, that bottom line just starting to seem just to take off just a little bit. Just that bright yellow Monster Energy car driven by Plume that just seemed just to have the right line every single lap. Just seemed to inch out across that finish line.
I think Plute actually might be a teammate as well with the 24 and the 11. I'm going to look into that really quick. And I am correct.
Oh, man.
So it looks like that team consists
Almost
of...
called.
What was that?
I was going to say, the way they're racing now, you can almost call them the Hendrick Norris points in this
Right.
series right now. They're racing.
Yeah. That team consists of Ben Mashburn, Chris Darling, Colin Ulrey, Corey Danielson, Isaac Singleton, Martin Plute, and Michael Mooney.
I think having quite the race so far.
And we're going to take a quick look at, if I can find it, the point standings. Chris Darling is your leader with 3 wins on the season. 29 points over Nathan Moyer with 1 win. Bob Ginquinto, 56 points back. Stephen Doziak, 60 points back. And John Canzanaro, 79 points back with 1 win. I don't think John is in the field here tonight.
As you see Darling, as we were just talking about the point standings, you see him jump up to the 2nd position. Now he's trying for that 4th win of the season. For that 4th win, he's going to put the pressure on the 2nd position, that's for sure. If you start racking up some wins in the series, as you can see with Larson this year, it just seems to really add up. And if he can put a 4th one underneath his belt, it's going to be hard.
Oh, yeah,
especially a couple runs during the rest of the season.
Not many races left. I think this is race number 8. So they've got 4 more races to end this series. And, I mean, you look at the lead that, like you said, Larson had. I mean, he gained in the summertime. I think he gained 156 points on Hamlin or something. I mean, it was just win after win.
As we're seeing a lead change here, we're seeing that 62 car take over the lead just for a minute, though. We're seeing Pluth kind of stick on that bumper, maybe just to wipe those bugs off the grill for a little bit and then retake the lead.
Lap 32, we are coming very close to those green flag pit stops, and that also is something that could really change the game because if say somebody doesn't get slowed up in time, for the pits, they could mess up their whole race.
As we're looking past the 4th position,
and here they go.
Good run from him.
Somebody's spinning. There it is.
Oh,
Darling
no.
in the wall.
That's the big one we were waiting for.
19 in the wall.
The big one we were waiting for.
No caution.
That's the one. Oh.
He is off the track. This was while they were making green flag pit stops, so
we'll see if that caution comes out.
Trying to stay with
no
the
caution
leaders.
Yet. We're still racing, boys. We're still racing.
That's really going to affect.
Good.
Yeah. I want to go back and see did Ben Mashburn make it through? Let's see. Mashburn
Not
didn't get
seeing
any
him in the
damage.
top 10 on the leaderboard there, so
42.
he's in currently 19th position there for the 24 car. We'll see how it all shuffles out. As you said, they were trying to make green flag pit stops there. I think the boys just got a little hectic there and a little spin outs, but we're still racing on green.
Let's see if we can't go back. I want to go back and take a look at that because it was messy.
It was, and it was quick. It was quick.
Let's see if I can go here. Oh, from what I can see. Okay, so it looks like some communication. There was some communication breakdown. We're going to show you this real quick. So take a look at the 11 car. He gets clipped by his teammate Mashburn, comes back up, gets hit by the 19, comes back down.
Just a chain reaction.
Yeah. And darling, hard into that wall.
Hey, that reset though. We're almost about halfway through though, so this might be that perfect time to use that reset.
Now the other leaders are making their pit stops while we were taking a look at that incident. Good stop for
like a familiar
Sobel.
name with the 95 car is Singleton.
Singleton, yeah. Now your leader was Shane Ward out there, Stephen Ford, and Shane Ledoux in that 12.
That 12 car, as you were talking about, had a little bit of damage on that left rear, but it seems to be working out for him.
Take a look at see if Chris Darling.
As you can see,
looks like he did use that.
did he have a bit of damage from there? Oh, he did use that reset.
Yeah, he did use it. So keep that in your thought bank, guys, because that could come into play later on in this race. Singleton all by himself out there. Has not pitted yet.
Enjoying that time by himself. Everybody likes a little alone time.
And second place now at that number 2 of Micah Smiley and that number 22. Nice monster Halloween.
We're going to see a few things shuffle out here.
Looks like the 19 of Stephen Tierney used his fast repair. As he's fighting to get his lap back.
I am enjoying the orange hubcaps, though. That is a nice touch for that open season.
Yeah, I like that. And they're coming down pit road, making their pit stop. See if these guys get slowed up. Yeah, it looks like they did a pretty good job. Everybody's safe. Michael Mooney is now your leader in that number 88.
We're at quite the dash for the finish. I tell you what, Tim, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be quite the finish because, as you can see, a lot of guys are getting shuffled out here with the green flag pit stop. So we're gonna have quite the dash.
So right now he is 20 seconds ahead of second place, which is this group. And I believe what Darling did was probably the smartest thing he did, or smartest thing he could do, only because if you don't take that fast repair right then and there, this group may have left you, and who knows, there may have not been another caution the rest of the race.
And that may have been it, exactly, as you were saying. It's the strategy of when to take that reset. Who knows? There might be another big one at the end that he could just squeak through, and he's the only undamaged car.
Now, my other concern is, did they pit too early? Because if so,
I don't know with this group though.
There is another. This was the first group to go to the pits, and that was on lap 33. So they had about 25 laps to go. It's going to be close. If there's overtime, they might be in trouble. There are two attempts at a green-white checker.
There's a few names that are towards the bottom half of that pack there with Sobel and for Jaquinto. Jaquinto, you were talking about him in the beginning of the race, who was running in the top 2. So we'll see what names are left in that second half of the pack there, just in case the leaders do have a little bit of fuel mileage problems.
Yeah, so looks like Bob, he went in on lap 35, so he has a couple more laps than these guys in this group. But these guys are getting back to being racy again. They weren't single file line, but Darling and Mashburn are like, you know what, we're gonna make this outside lane go again.
I'm just really loving the run by Sobel in that 6th position. I just feel like he's just got the right movement going on there, leading from the back of the pack there. I think he was part of that second half that did pit, so I mean, he's got a few more extra laps in that fuel tank.
Yep, he pitted lap 35.
See if that strategy pays off a little bit for him, bearing any other cautions there towards the end. Days Green, we'll see what position he ends up in right now, running in the 6th position.
Even Ford
just
back up with this group. He was sitting in the back with Shane Tierney there for a little bit, but now he's up here in this lead pack after those pit stops.
And that's the name of the game. I think you actually mentioned it in the beginning of the broadcast. Is that patience, waiting, trying to see what the best movement is. Some guys didn't even qualify just to avoid those big wrecks. So paying off there.
And this is interesting. I didn't realize this. So Martin Plute at number 4 and Mike Tellier in that 97 are both a lap down in this front group.
Oh, interesting news there.
So those two are actually fighting for their lap back, but also trying to not be in a wreck. So
hey, a little bit of teamwork there, though. Even though they're a lap down, they still have
Right.
to work with their teammates. So we'll see with 17 to go. I'm taking one for the team, if you will.
right now your leader is Steven Doziak in that number 55 TNR. He's gonna
Just
fly
a name
way
we
to
haven't
the
really
outside.
mentioned at all this broadcast. Ooh, gonna lose a lot of speed there.
I think
That
he
moved the
did that on
outside
purpose.
there,
I think he kind of didn't want to be involved in that anymore. There's just some moves that when I see a guy make them, I feel like
you know.
right. You just see them make those quick dives to the way outside of the way inside, and you're like, yeah, they didn't want to be in this anymore.
No, thank you. I'll let you boys say. As you can see, it's the two guys we've seen battling all race here with Darling and Mashburn back up the front. And Sobel, that's another name I was just speaking of, came all the way from about the 7th, 8th position all the way to he was just running 2nd there. So it's going to be quite the dash there to the finish.
And that breaks up the teammates of Darling and Mashburn, which, I believe that is the name of the game here in this situation is you want to be friends with those guys, but you also don't want them to be together.
Right. And as they say, teamwork makes the dream work, except on the last lap. Because you want to get that lead position from your teammate, that's for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, Jimmy Johnson. And
Ooh,
you
we're
see Darling.
seeing a little bit of drift out there. Yeah, that's not going to be good for Darling. We're going to see him lose a little positions there. That might be tough to overcome there with about 15 to go.
This is really
As I
going to
mentioned.
be interesting how this is going to play out. Just because, okay, so we have this first pack. Then we go back 7 seconds, and we have this second pack. That's all the way back to 9th place. Then we go back to a third pack. Oh, just kidding. A single car by himself in 13th. And then 14th, we have another pack that are about 30 seconds back from the leaders. So it's really going to be interesting as, if something happens here up front, those guys behind all of them are going to love it.
Exactly. And you got about an 8-car pack here racing for the lead. And as I say, racing for the lead in about 8 cars, anything can happen in this lead pack. A little bit of give and take, a little bit of slicing and dicing. We'll see what happens. Anybody can get loose, but let's just hope these boys can keep it calm and keep it together, keep it clean for these last 15 laps and see who comes out on top.
And this is so far the least amount of cautions we've had for a race all season long. I hope I don't jinx it.
Love it. I love it. Nobody loves free laps. So as long as we can get all the laps we can, nobody loves those free ones. So keep the action going, I say.
And Sobel in that brand new paint job, Harpoon Designs. He's got
coming up on some lapped cars here.
He's got Brantley in the chat pushing for him.
Here we go. Big fans in the chat for Sobel. I would be a fan of him too, the way he's running tonight, coming all the way up in the 8th position all the way to the lead. So doing a great job in that 56 car. Who knows, that new paint job might be the new paint job for the rest of the season there, the way he's running tonight.
That is true. He's going to come down in front of Moyer, take that inside lane now. Tierney and my brain just stopped working. Mooney are now a lap down. So now we've got 4 lapped cars in this lead pack. How could that?
Ooh, seen an aggressive move on the outside there for the lead, coming in there with Moyer.
And now down in front of Sobel.
Coming in. Ooh, wow, that was a hard block in the corner there for the lead. 10 to go.
As what kind of role do you play if you're a lap down car with 11 laps to go with these leaders?
I would say basically just you're a blocker at this point. You're on the radio with your teammate talking about where can I push you, what cars to block. You're a spotter at this point for your teammate.
But look at Tierney. He's like, you know what? I need my lap back. I am not going to be a part of this.
As you can see, Sobel is kind of getting stuck in that middle lane. I really don't like that for Sobel. I really feel like that the speeds on that bottom line are the broadcast here. I don't know. Sobel's kind of inching out front, though. As you can see, though, when guys do that middle lane and the outside lane, once they overtake the lane, you see them dive back to the inside. They just feel like that speed's on the inside of the track there.
But Sobel's got Mashburn right behind him, which is honestly your best bet.
Right to
the front. There it is. Whoa!
There we go. As you can see, Sobel is trying to get right back into the inside lane there.
Sobel's now going to kind of like do a 2000 situation where he's blocking both lanes.
Hey, you have to. With 10 to go, I mean, there's no other choice, but you just don't want to get left by yourself. And as we talked about, Revis Island is not a place you want to be. As we're talking about 2000 references, there we go.
It should be called the throwback. Oh, and there they go.
Whoa, we got a big one on the backstretch there. Oh, man, a lot of cars involved. No caution yet, though. So racing in green here with 10 to go.
And there it is. Yellow flag out.
Yeah, there's the caution. Oh, those free laps we were talking about.
And just like I was talking about, these guys were, I think all but one were laps down.
For anybody watching, this is the time to catch your breath because that was some exciting action there for quite a long time. A lot of give and take, a lot of lead changes. So the time to kind of breathe for a minute, and we'll get it back probably around 6 or 5 to go.
Yeah, let's see. Who's going to get their lap back is what I'm trying to figure out. Looks like it might be... Oh, Corey Danielson coming down pit road. I believe while pit road is closed. So that's going to give him a penalty. I think the end of the longest line. But you don't...
A lot of damage on that car, though, so... The day might be over for that car.
Oh, there it is. He had one fast repair. But now they're going to hold him there for a minute, I think.
That's such a bummer to see, though. saw that 41 car up in the lead there at the beginning of the race, the first quarter of the race there. So it's such a bummer to see him involved in the late wreck here. Hopefully he can finish strong here and finish in a good position.
All right, let's see if we can't go back and see what exactly happened. Because it happened fast.
It did. And with 10 to go, as you were talking about, it's always a big one there at Talladega with at least 10 to go.
I want to say it happened around Mike Taylor area. See, he's going down inside of the 27, outside of the 41. I think he kind of shoves his nose somewhere it's not going to fit. Yeah, he's really close to that 27.
And it's just getting squeezed in the middle line. We've been talking about all broadcast here. You get stuck in that middle line. It's just such a dangerous zone to be. As you can see, it's just you got nowhere to go. Being stuck in the middle lane.
That's a hard hit for the 41.
Hard impact there.
I can see why he went and got that thing repaired.
Hard impact. But it's just that middle lane, either you can get loose, somebody on the outside of you can get loose. It's just not the place to be here on these super speedways. You just don't want to get stuck on the inside. It doesn't benefit you at all. It's just usually has a negative effect on your race car. It just gets too loose. You have nobody behind you pushing you. It's not the place to be, and that's unfortunate to see because he was on the good run there towards the end.
Typically, I would talk to who's leading right now, but it's Sobel. And I want Sobel to win. And every time I interview him when he's in the lead, it doesn't end well. So, Sobel, if you're watching, I'm not interviewing you until the end of the race if you win this bad boy. But we'll bring down Mike Taylor and see, maybe he can take us through what happened there. Hey, Mike, it's Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, man, you kind of take me through what happened there on that caution.
Well, I think the 27, Stephen Ford, whoever it was, I guess he was trying to help his teammate there, Shane Tierney, race for the Lucky Dog, because he was lifting in front of me, slowing me down, not really racing me very well. So I got under him 3 wide and thought since I was there he'd give me room, and he just didn't after I was underneath him, and then the wreck happened.
Do you have a fast repair?
Now, we've seen a lot.
I do have a fast repair.
Okay.
Seen a lot of problems with that middle lane there. What would you say you've kind of seen throughout the race, the lane choices there? What do you think the preferred line throughout the race?
I think the higher up you are at the end is going to prevail.
That's the way to go there. A lot of speed on
I think
top side there.
Yeah, I think the pushes will be easier to do from the top than they are the bottom. I think the top will be the way to be.
All right. Well, got 7 to go. It's been a pretty clean race so far. Only the second caution of the race. How do you feel about that?
It's been good. I unfortunately sped coming on the pit road. The group of guys I was with kind of called it late, and I missed my mark. But yeah, it's super speedway racing. It is what it is. We'll hopefully catch a caution and a lucky dog and get back up there. Maybe. Who knows?
Well, good luck the rest of the night, Mike. 7 laps to go. I know you're going to go get them, so.
I got some teammates to push. We'll be up there at the front, whether it be me leading someone or pushing someone to the win. We'll be up there. Don't worry.
I totally forgot where
teamwork makes a dream work.
Right. I totally forgot where I took you from. Was it Total Nonstop Racing?
Yeah, TNR.
Okay. That was Mike Taylor there in that number 97. Coming down. It's going to be probably about 5 laps to go when the green flag comes out. It's
it's interesting to hear that he prefers the top side there, because as we saw, actually was the top side that actually was a little bit involved in that last wreck there, coming down from the top side in the middle there. So it's interesting to hear that he prefers that top side there towards the end of the race.
Yeah, and honestly, there was a race that I was in with some of these guys actually, and Sobel was my teammate. I kept telling him, I said, listen, get me to that outside lane and we're going to go to the front. And every time we went to the front, I myself personally love the very outside lane. I don't know what it is.
And as we're talking about that, you see Sobel with that outside lane choice there. So we'll see on this restart here if that's as we're talking about it, if that's the way to finish the race here.
I think you also have to choose based on who is behind you. You really got to think about that too. But green flag is out, and look at Sobel. Great start.
He's nice jump for Sobel.
He's going to be able to choose. Does he want to stay up there, come down with Nathan? And I believe he's probably going to jump down because that inside lane is much more organized than that outside right now.
You're seeing Sobel getting those vintage Kyle Busch runs. Not so much this last year, but in the past there. You're seeing these nice Kyle Busch jumps over the group.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, now things are split.
Seeing Sobel getting that inside lane there, that's not going to be good for him with 5 to go here. As you see that Mashburn, that number 24 car, kind of inching towards the front again. Ooh, nice aggressive move. He's trying to pass in the corner. I don't really suggest that, but he's pushing toward. Let's see.
Now Sobel's got help behind him at the 57, the 07. Oh, I thought I saw somebody going for the middle right there.
Moyer's doing a great job keeping that lead, though, because as you can see, that Mashburn's really pushing that back bumper, trying to take over that lead there for him.
And the 57 is really giving Sobel a great push going into
Big
turn
run
1.
from Sobel. Big run from Sobel coming in the middle there. As you can see, overtaking the lead into the corner, coming into the backstretch here. Nice, exciting race, and 5 to go here. Sobel with the outside lane there, keeping on the outside there. As you can see, Mashburn just swerving that wheel back and forth, trying to take over the Moyer's position there, trying to get that to the front.
Man, this is intense for me because they are sliding and wiggling. I mean, this is...
Oh, I can only imagine the wheel movement of the 24 car with Mashburn, just trying to take over that position from Moyer, but Moyer's doing a great job in that 971 car. He's just trying to keep that lead. Oh, as you can see, he was getting a big run from the middle lane again.
Here we can see Mashburn on the wheel.
Great teamwork there. Great teamwork there from Rodriguez, I believe, in the 57. 4 to go, boys. This is going to be quite the finish here. Oh, you see Mashburn getting a little loose. Just a little tiny bit loose.
Woo. Quite a few guys got loose right there. I was waiting. 22 got squirrely, the 07.
4 to go. Anything can happen.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen our last caution.
No, I don't think so either. The way these guys are racing, a great job from that 971 car, just holding down the lead. He knows that train's coming behind him. He's just doing a great job holding on to that position, keeping that inside lane, kind of leading everybody. Oh, seeing a little bit of drifting in the inside lane that could have caused a big one there, coming into corner there.
And this outside lane just side by side with these leaders. Question is, who's going to start making moves? The 07 keeps looking to the inside of 57, but then drops back in line. How long?
We'll see, because the backstretch is really where you're going to see a lot of fireworks here with 3 to go.
Coming down to 2 to go. If they take that white flag,
oh, big move by Sobel to overtake the lead from Moyer there, taking that inside lane. Taz Rodriguez, Sobel there. Big aggressive move to take over the lead in 2 to go. Man, I see Sobel back in the lead there. Nice.
Everybody in the chat even saying they're not even racing and they're nervous. Oh,
nice
Moyer to the outside.
Moyer trying to take the lead there, but he has no help. He has no help though. No help right now. So you see Sobel just kind of hold on to that position. He's kind of stuck in the middle lane there. He's going to lose a lot of position.
3 wide at Talladega. We're coming down to the white flag. Are they going to make it to the white flag? Oh, no, they don't. They start making contact.
Oh,
George
big
Burns.
wreck 9. Big wreck 9, everybody. Still a race for the lead, though. Austin just came out.
Whew,
just came out. And you got Sobel and Mashburn 1-2.
Oh,
Wouldn't you know?
man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Wouldn't you know, with 3 to go. 2 names we've talked about all broadcasts.
Looks like it was George Burns and Doug Neal that got into each other. That was, oh, man. I'm on the edge of my seat. I know y'all can't see me.
Oh man, this is exciting. This is great.
Woo!
This is great. As we have a second to kind of catch our breaths here, you kind of take a look at the top 10 there, and not a lot of names we kind of talked about. Kind of talked about Moyer here, as you can see up in the lead there with Mashburn and Sobel, but as you look towards the bottom of the top 10 there, a lot of names that kind of been drifting out of the top 10, but a lot of really good runs. And as you can see, Singleton in that 7th position was actually first in practice, so a lot of good runs for these boys there, but we're going to see them all bunched back up here with about 3 to go.
We're going to go take a look at that replay. Going to take it back and see what happened. Coming off of turn 4. Kind of do a little slow-mo. We've got, George Burns gets loose right there in the middle. He gets pushed by Singleton.
Just aggressive racing with 5 to go. It's just no other way to avoid it with it.
They are so lucky that those are the only 2 cars involved in that. Great driving by everybody else in the field.
I love the slow-mo action, too. You kind of see it's the true Matrix effect of these cars of how they were avoid the entire pack, and just the 2 of them had a little crash party with 5 to go here.
Yeah, it's we're gonna bring down Nathan real quick. Somewhere. Oh, there he is. Hey, Nate, it's Tim up in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, Nathan, you got a copy?
I got you, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, okay. Oh, man. 2nd place. 3 laps to go. Winning last week. How you feeling?
Pretty good. I don't know. I've been having a hell of a fun time racing Sobel here, man. I know him and Rodriguez are in the same Discord channel, so I'm guessing they're working together. So I'm guessing that Sobel will probably take the high side here again to start right in front of Matthew. Matthew's really good here at Super Speedways, but he's pretty aggressive too. So I'm going to try defending him. It's gonna be fun. See what happens here. I don't know who's going to be starting behind me here. Looks like Micah will be. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. I'm guessing Joshua's going to take the outside though here.
Yeah, this has been some great racing. We've had only 3 cautions here tonight at Talladega, which is fantastic.
Oh yeah, well yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been yeah, I just made up all my ground there on pit stops. Came out, me and Steven Doziak had really good pit stops there, and yeah, got up to the front that way. So see what happens here. Told Chris though, man, I need to start winning these things. I want that diecast.
Yeah, I know. Now that there's something on the line,
I like to hear that.
everybody wants to go for it. You know, and this is actually the most I've seen you up front, I think, all season. Because typically you just kind of you meander and then show up, but here tonight you've been on top of it.
Yeah, I didn't come up front on purpose. This is kind of them pit stops. I think I was going to pit there when Chris and all them other guys pitted, but I seen they were all wrecking, so I aborted that mission real quick. And then I think I waited for that group of cars that I called up to then to pit. And yeah, like I said, me and Steven came out, and then Josh was up there too, Sobel. So yeah, it's been fun racing him, man. We were kind of battling there a couple times, going around each other there. That two runs ago, maybe last run, I can't remember. It's been fun racing him. So I know he likes to side draft. When I get to his outside, get a run and go to his outside, he likes to come up and side draft a little bit. So might have to feed him a left front here, see what happens.
Well, good luck the rest of the race.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll win though. That 57, man. That 57 always. I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but whatever he has, I want it.
A little bit of Magic Man. There we go.
Yeah. Hey,
now you see me,
you guys
now you
have
don't.
Hopefully I'm talking to you guys here in a few laps, but one more caution, I'm going to have to go in and get some fuel. I'm very close on fuel right now.
I was wondering about that.
So we'll see what happens. We're all saving up here. I can hear everybody have their cars turned off. So see what happens here.
All right, good luck, man.
Yep, see you guys.
Good luck.
That was Nathan Moyer with
What a great
Simbox
run for him,
Motorsports.
though, too, if we can comment on that. Doing a great job, too,
yeah.
just kind of keeping it clean, keeping it up on the front there. As he was actually talking about, he avoided a few wrecks there at the beginning of the race, and just kind of, that's what we were talking about, kind of shuffling through the pack, kind of working your way towards the top, and you keep it clean and you see where you end up at the end, and you can see with that 971 car driven by Moyer there, he's right at the top. So we can see if that strategy is going to pay off there towards the end.
3 laps to go. Green, white, checkered. First attempt here.
Oof. Oof. Tim, I'm telling you, you're spoiling me with my first broadcast here. This is.
I paid them all to give us a great race. That's it.
Thank you, Bill, for allowing me to do this, because it's quite the race to broadcast. The first one. It's great. What a treat.
Oh man, and when it's coming down to this green flag, the anticipation, just.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, what do the kids nowadays say? I know I'm old, but sheesh! Like what?
Sheesh! That's exactly what the kids say.
Oh god.
As the kids say, they're racing for the bag. So if you can get that bag, secure the bag, as they say.
I've watched too many TikTok videos.
They're addicting. As we can feel the heart start pounding again here, rolling up to the green flag here. We'll see if Sobel can get one of those Kyle Busch restarts.
Oh man, look at the whole. Okay, this is kind of a problem because
look at that.
Those two got a great
He's
start.
got it going.
The question is going to be now.
You're not seeing.
Actually, he might be able to get around Moyer as well. The 57. If Sobel stays up high, he's going to drop right down.
We just talked with Moyer too, so we'll see. Hopefully, we'll have a nice chat with him after the end. But we'll see him, and as he was talking about that battle with Sobel at the top there, that's his. That's the guy he's looking out for. So we'll see if they can keep it clean.
And it really spread out this field, but now these guys are getting single file, getting lined up to come up front. We got Mika Smiley in the 22 sitting in 3rd place. Matthew Rodriguez in 4th. Moyer tries to go to the inside. Whoa! Keeps it above the yellow
what
line.
An aggressive move there. Coming to 1 to go here. White flag with 1 to go.
Mika Smiley goes to the outside. 4 to the outside. Man, there's just so much to watch right now. White flag.
Let's keep it clean, boys. 1 to go here. Coming around 5. Coming around.
Oh, and they're wrecking.
Ooh, big wreck in the back.
Big Mashburn.
Still green. Still green. Keeping it green.
Now where does Sobel go?
Go to the inside.
Oh, he tries to block Darling.
We're going to see who's coming out of the lead here. Moyer to the inside.
Oh,
to the
no!
inside. Oh, no! Moyer's going to come out. Moyer's leading the pack to the finish line after the... Ooh, that's the
Garrett
big one right on the
Gleason.
final lap there.
Oh, no. Christopher Darling and
no.
Martin. Oh, my gosh.
No way. Moyer and Darling, who would have thought? Coming to the line here, who's going to take it? Oh, who's going to take it right here at the end?
Oh! It's going to be Moyer. Oh, my gosh. Gleason's going to come home in 3rd.
What a finish.
Tellier in 4th. Bob in 5th. Doziak in 6th.
What a
Stephen
finish.
Ford in 7th. Shane Ward 8th. Sobel. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I know he is frustrated.
Oh, just letting it go. Just letting the car go. He's done.
Everybody F in the chat.
That's rough.
That's man.
Feel the pain. I feel the pain.
Unbelievable last lap. We're gonna go back and take a look at that.
I was
whole
gonna say we
lap.
are seeing a lot of negative reactions in the chat here, so maybe there was kind of something we didn't see there at the finish.
Let's see.
If it was legit, what a way for Darling to work his way all the way back up to 2nd position and race for the win at the end. Wow.
Trying to find
Good job
the
by
white
Darling in
flag.
that 11 car.
So many things that happened on the last lap. Okay, here's the white flag. Okay, so then we're gonna go.
There's one small wreck towards, I think it was coming out of turn 2, and we had the big one.
All right, Sobel leading in the white flag. Takes the white flag, and I think we had, let me go find Ben Mashburn. They're 3 wide. Singleton comes down in front of the 19. Trying to see if there was contact there. Oh, yeah, it looks like the 95 came down into Mashburn. Takes both of them out. That was the first crash.
some small action in the back. And I know Sobel doesn't want to watch this replay. I know he wants to get the replay that cost him the race. That's for sure.
And then we go up turn 4. Things get hairy. Coming down the backstretch.
This is where it comes in. You see Sobel with the lead there, just racing aggressive, on that backstretch there. You're just going to keep it aggressive, and you see Sobel kind of go to that middle lane there. And that's that dangerous lane, as we saw all race. And it's just not good things happen in that middle lane.
Now,
Darling just getting squeezed.
Yeah, they're just so tight right here. Looks like Mika and Sobel make contact, and then just...
Oh, you are seeing a little bit. If we can rewind it a little bit there, you are seeing a little bit of coming down off the wall from that 27, and it's just unfortunate that Sobel was stuck in that middle lane there. As you can see, with the 27 car, you see him get a little loose, and it just causes him to get into the 62, and, with Sobel in that middle lane, it was just the wrong place to be. You just see a little bit of loose right there coming down.
Trying to find...
It's game over for anybody in that middle lane.
Oh, here we go. This is the view I want. I think Mika Smiley may have come down because he was really pinching Sobel. Yeah.
You see Smiley come down, but you see the 27 get a little loose too, and that causes just Sobel to get clipped on that backside there. And it's not being in the middle lane. It's just nowhere to go, and
it's over.
It's rough for Sobel. I see him in the chat. He's not having a good time.
Man.
But, I just think that was, as frustrated as Sobel is, that is clean racing there towards the end. That wasn't intentional. It was just a lot of, you get stuck in that draft there, kind of moving around. The middle lane, as we saw, it's just a dangerous place to be. If anything happens, anything goes wrong, just can't avoid it. And it's unfortunate for Sobel, but it did look like some clean racing there towards the end.
All right. Oh, look, everybody's down in the interview waiting room. We'll go ahead and pull these guys up. We got third place finisher Drew. I'm gonna call you Drew because that's what I heard last week. You pulled it off again. I mean, bringing home another podium finish. Kind of take me through that last lap.
Yeah, that was a chaotic last lap, that's for sure. But that's what we've come to expect in this series. I heard on the restart that Chris Darling and Ben Mashburn were linked up, so we knew as a team we had to get a good restart there and try to keep them behind us. And well, Chris made his way to the front, and we couldn't stop him. So, but to salvage a third after that big wreck happened behind me, and I was able to go to the apron there 2 weeks in a row to get the interview with you guys, there's nothing to complain about.
Yeah,
that's the best way, right?
I mean, you were up there quite a bit throughout the race. What kind of coming into Talladega? What kind of strategy do you look to?
I usually like to run at the back, but I figured tonight, at least early on in the race, I was going to try to work that third line, and we seem to have had it moving pretty good there for a little while. And after the first pit stop, I got stuck in the back, and I don't know if two guys just wanted to ride at the back or if they were damaged, but I lost the field by like 3 seconds before I even knew what was going. So I spent like 20 laps just riding in a single line, hoping for a yellow. And then when the yellow finally came out, I said, I'm not pitting anymore. No tires, no fuel. I'm just going to run this dry to the end, get some track position. And it worked out.
Well, congratulations. Third place. Another podium finish.
Great run.
After last week. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I can't thank my sponsors because if you looked at my race car tonight, it's just one big arrow pointing forward. So.
What is that?
Hey, it led you to the front, though, so it's a perfect sponsor, though. It's the arrow to the front.
So back in the day, Robbie Gordon paid Chip Foose to design him a race car, and he showed up at Martinsville with a bright yellow car with an arrow pointed forward. So I figure if the design is good enough for Chip Foose, it's good enough for me. But just wanted to thank everybody here at NSRA and the PGA Super Speedway Series. Colin Ullery administrates it. Chris Darling does a great job with everything he does. And thanks to you guys for doing the broadcast. This is always a blast, and anytime I can make it, I look forward to it. So congratulations to Nathan Maurer on his win and Chris Darling on second place. Can't wait to hear their interviews.
Awesome. Thank you, Drew.
Thank you very much. See you guys.
Are you going to be here next week?
I'll be here. Drew will be here. Somebody will be here. If I have to split myself in half, I'll be here.
It's iRacing Super Speedway, so
somehow.
It'll be great. All right. Well, thank you, and have a great night.
You too. Take care.
That was Garrett Gleason, a.k.a. Drew. finishing third here tonight at Talladega Super
He's
Speedway.
feeling it though. He's loving that finish of third, as he talked about, kind of avoiding the trouble there and kind of easing through it.
And that's what happened last
as
week.
He said, the best part, if I can come out of the race and get an interview, I know I did a good job. So.
Right. And now bringing in second place, Chris Darling. You almost went 3 for 3, buddy.
What a run.
Hey, I got to give it to you there, Chris. That was quite a run.
Yeah, I went from like 14th to 2nd on that last lap.
Dale Earnhardt Sr. ain't got nothing on you. That's
I don't know if I'd go that far.
But
kind of saw you battling for the lead all race there. What do you think about the finish there? They're coming to the line there with Moyer.
Well, he said in the race chat, he was asking me what we were doing if we were dooring each other, so we were kind of laughing about it even while we were still on track. But man, I thought about like rubbing him a little bit, and then we were just so far up the track. I was worried if we did that, we would have wrecked. So I had no other moves other than just stay up there. And when he dove low, that was pretty much a sealed deal because he had the shorter way around the track. But that was pretty exciting. It was cool.
What were you discouraged at all early on in the race? That first green flag pit stop, you made that contact. Looked like you may have made contact with Mashburn, and then came back up and made contact with Tierney. Kind of take me through what happened there. Like, did you feel like that was the end of your race, or?
Well, listen. Let me tell you what happened here first. It's all Ben Mashburn's fault, and I hope he's listening. It was all Ben Mashburn's fault, because if you have a driver's license, who gets the ticket if somebody gets rear-ended? It's the car rear-ending, right?
Yeah.
So we were arguing the rest of the race, and I am telling you, this was his fault. He said, Chris, he was directed traffic. He was telling us where he wanted us. He said, Colin to the right, Martin to the left, me to the right, and then he was going to go down. He never went down. He just rammed me. I don't know what the hell he was doing. But no, I wasn't.
We saw you use that reset there after that wreck. How do you feel like that kind of played into the strategy there towards the end there, using that reset just to kind of get you going there?
Well, it kind of put my hands behind my back a little bit. I didn't really have a choice. I hit the inside wall after making contact with him, and I think I went up after getting hit by Ben, and I went up and collected Tierney, which put me into the wall, and my car was all messed up, so I had to use it. I didn't really have a choice, but it just kind of puts your hands behind your back. You can't really do anything after that. You got to kind of play it a little safe if you can. So I think that last run I just dropped to the back, and I was sort of committed to just staying there until 1 to go or so. I figured I won the race the last time by staying back until 1 to go. So I knew it could be done. I don't know, man. It was tough.
We're seeing a little bit of frustrations out of Sobel there because the finish, and understandably so. But how do you think that the boys did a good job kind of tonight, keeping it clean and kind of racing the way you're supposed to race?
Everybody did good for the most part. I think that's just all these super speedways. I mean, we've been doing a good job taking care of each other all race long, every week. But you get down to 8 to 10 to go, and it's sort of every man for himself. Everybody starts driving differently. That's you can sort of expect some wrecks to happen. I definitely owe him one. He definitely cut me a break. I cleared myself going into 3. I thought I had a little more room, but I looked at the replay. I had no room. I'm thinking he must have let off, but I don't know. If I were him, yeah, I'd be upset. I'd chopped his nose, and I don't know. That's just sometimes it works like that, and for some reason I keep being on the lucky end of it.
There you go. As we saw that 11 car kind of peering out the pack there at the big one, so luck's definitely on your side tonight.
Well, Chris, congratulations on second. Anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
I want to give a big shout out to Phillips Golf Academy, as always. Came on board, and it's been a great season so far. Taz Racing Customs, all of our league sponsors, they all do a great job supporting the league, and everybody who races with us on a weekly basis, they do a great job. Everybody's improved a lot since we first started this series, so I just want to give them all a big thank you. And thanks to you guys for broadcasting it. It's great as always, so I appreciate that.
Of course. Well, good luck next week
Good job.
into iRacing Super Speedway. We know that's going to be a wild one.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Hopefully it goes better than the last time, but it'll be my first try at it this season, so we'll see.
All right. Good luck, Chris.
There
Thanks, guys.
All right. Now we just switch it over. We've got there we go. We got Nate's webcam here. We'll get that all set up. Our race winner here tonight. It's nice.
Man of the hour. Look at that.
And now, Nathan, you did it, buddy. Again.
Congratulations.
2 in a row.
Yeah, I just pretty much that last green white checker. I just knew I had to keep that Rodriguez and Sobel away from each other, so I let Sobel go ahead. I got a good jump on the restart. I let off just a little bit then on that restart to stay with Rodriguez there. I did not want them two getting front of nose to tail on each other, because then I knew the race would have been over for me. So did what I had to do there, separate them two, and stayed in contention. And tried tricking Sobel coming to the white, going high, coming off of 4, and he didn't fall for it. And so I stayed in line, and then me and Chris, I guess they all wrecked behind us. And then Chris came from 14th, second. I'm like, I thought I was going to gain a lot of points on him here tonight when I seen him back there. And then, heck, coming out turn 4, we were side by side. So I side drafted him the whole way up to the freaking wall and cut down to get away from him, because I kept on going over the radio. I said, what are we going to do here? I thought maybe we were going to door each other. But he tried getting me there at the very end, coming to the checkered flag, but he missed. Joke's on him. That was a fun race, though. Fun race.
Well, I mean, it was great for us up here in the booth. Second week in a row. In the past 4 weeks, Christopher Darling's won 2. You've won 2. And last week, Sobel was the pole sitter and you won. This week, Sobel was the pole sitter and you won. So
Sobel needs to keep winning poles, is what you're saying.
I'm seeing a trend here.
But, well, yeah, it was only 2 weeks ago I found out about this diecast. So that's probably why I led some more laps tonight. A little bit more aggressive than what I usually am. But I usually would always just fall back. Like, I'd come out of the pits really good and be up front, but then I'd always just kind of fall to the back. I just kind of tried staying up front tonight.
And I think
you kind of briefly mentioned it there. How does this win, kind of with kind of the midpoint of the season here, how does this win kind of feel to you, kind of going in towards the last half of the season here?
Well, a couple weeks ago, I was pretty far out of first place. Now I should still be in second behind Chris. Hopefully I made up some ground on him. I don't know what all the bonus points are for and everything. He might have led more laps than me here tonight. I don't know if that's bonus points for that. But I know I gained on him a few points just by winning here tonight. I'm not really sure how the point system works. I just check it a couple days after the race.
You just drive the race car, right?
Yep.
That's funny. Well,
right now
you're.
Sobel's a little frustrated. We see it.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say Sobel's a little frustrated in the chat the way that race finished there. But how do you feel like everybody kind of raced there towards the end? I saw him kind of get stuck in the middle and kind of get bobbed around. It looked a little clean to me. But how do you feel like everything kind of shuffled out there towards the end?
Oh, I don't know. I just see them all wrecking, and then I thought I was all by myself, and there's Chris Darling to my right side. Like, are you kidding me? And yeah, I hope Sabo ain't mad at me at all. I didn't do anything to him other than I kind of separated his little friendship there with Rodriguez. I knew something was up when he took the high line, so I opened up Discord quick, and I seen him and Rodriguez were in the same Discord. I was like, I know exactly what they're doing. So good thing I pulled up my Discord to see that them two guys were in the same Discord. So I knew something was up when he was taking the high side. You don't usually take the high side of Super Speedway. And like I said, I just knew I had to separate them two. And Rodriguez private messaged me underneath that last caution there saying zoom zoom. I don't know if that was supposed to mean, but but that was fun. I hope Sabo isn't mad at me. I didn't read the chat yet. I don't even know what happened.
No,
but,
I don't think
to us in the booth here, it looked like a little incidental contact there coming off. Just somebody got a little loose on the outside lane there and just kind of clipped him, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looked like he cut Chris a big break. Looked like Chris just kind of cleared himself and Sabo let off. And then you know how it is. You get guys that are up front that can't hold a line worth of crap. I'm sure you guys can see that from the booth. And
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know exactly what happened. I go back and watch, but I did see Chris just try. He pretty much just cleared himself on the 56.
Well,
Quite a
does
finish
anybody
there
want to?
towards the end, and it's
Sorry.
right.
No, I was just say, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to you guys for broadcasting this. Sometimes your broadcasts are more just like a comedy show than a broadcast. I always laugh watching it the next day. And then Chris for running this league, and Phillips Golf Academy for sponsoring this league too to make it all happen. And shout out to my teammate Doug Neal. Tonight he didn't have too good of a night. And then shout out to my old man. I know my old man's watching right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, again, congratulations on your win here at Talladega, and we'll see you next week at iRacing Super Speedway.
I hate that place, but yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there.
All right, thanks, man.
Yep, see you guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Man, there it is. That's our 3
That's it.
podium finishers for tonight. What was your thoughts? Your first iRacing broadcast. Take me through your thoughts of the race.
Yeah, you definitely kind of spoiled me there. And throughout the race there, we kind of saw a lot of clean racing there. And a lot of the names that you kind of mentioned before the broadcast were the names that were up in the front of the pack there. You kind of saw the race kind of shuffle out without a lot of cautions. There was a lot of just clean racing, a lot of good passing shuffles out there. I saw a lot of competitive racing there, too, from the boys. So I just feel like this was – I think you spoiled me a little bit with the first race there with the finish and the last, 10 to go. It played out just like a Talladega race would play out. So, I just saw a lot of names there in the top 10 there that kind of finished. Great runs by everybody. Chris Darling came up from 11th. Came up from 14th to finish in that second position. Just a lot of exciting things going on. And I just want to thank you again for having me tonight. This was awesome.
Of course, I want to thank you for coming on board so last minute. And before we go, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. I want to thank Brookstone Animal Hospital for coming on board. Make sure you check them out on Facebook for all of your veterinary needs. Also want to thank Max Graphics. That's one of Chris Darling's brainchild. You check them out for you see a lot of his cars that he designs in this series. So if you need an iRacing paint job, just make sure you reach out to Max Graphics on Facebook. I want to thank Taz Racing Customs. They do have a prize at the end of the season for the champion. They're going to be sending a custom car to that winner, probably of their championship car. Want to give a huge shout out to them. Make sure you check them out on Facebook. If you've got a die cast of your own car you'd like to have made, I believe they do the Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and Cup Series. So make sure you check them out. Also want to give a shout out to Beer Street Journal, the best in beer. Make sure you check them out at beerstreetjournal.com. And last but not least,
and the way this race finished too, Darling better not contact Toy Racing Customs too soon. The way this finished out there, we might have an exciting end to the finish. So.
Yeah, that's true. It's the points battle is going to get tighter, I think, after this week. Also, last but not least, want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Phillips Golf Academy for sponsoring this Phillips Golf Academy Super Speedway Series fueled by KRM. But from myself and everybody here at 10-4 Broadcasting, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Make sure next week, same time, right here, 8:30, going to be racing at the iRacing Super Speedway. 2 races left before we take a break for Thanksgiving, and then we finish out the season with Daytona International Speedway, and Talladega just ends it all. So how you raced here today has implications for how the championship could go, because your final race is going to be at Talladega, so you got to bring your A game. But from all of us here at 10-4 Broadcasting,
it might be November 3rd, but it's getting hot. It's getting hot, that's for sure.
Hey, you're in Florida, so it's still hot. So
it's still hot. That's true. Exactly.
But from all of us here at 10-4 Broadcasting, I want to thank all of you for